of Chautauqua, and we will begin.
All right. So some of you know this song. You may sing from where you are. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Thank you, Janine. So let's just take a moment and take those words into prayer. And so we center ourselves in this moment, this soul welcoming moment, where we welcome each other, knowing that as we gather, we bring our consciousness together to lift ourselves, to create that welcoming. And we include in that all those that watch us on YouTube and Facebook into this soul welcoming moment. And then we expand that awareness and we hold our community, our country, our world, knowing that there is a shift happening right now, that people of love and peace and wisdom are welcoming each other, that we are in the midst of an amazing time of transformation. And so we hold that together as we say our prayer, knowing that we are one mind, part of the one mind. We are one heart. We are one breath. And so we call upon Spirit as our great love. And so we thank you, this great love, for living and loving in and through us. May all that we do flow from our deep connection with you and all beings. Listen to our heart's longings for the healing of the world as we open to the infinite field of compassion, wisdom, justice, peace, and radiant well-being that is always available. So from this place of conscious oneness, we choose this moment and each moment to live in your flow. And so we offer our prayers in all the holy names of God. Amen. So I welcome you to Unity of Chautauqua, to our summer program. And if this is your first time, and some of the people on YouTube, it will be their first time, if you want to learn more about it, you can go to unity.chautauqua.org. chq.org. That's our website. And if you want to know more about Chautauqua, you can go to chq.org. As well as you want a big picture of what Unity is about and a church in your area, you can go to unity.org. So this morning we've been doing for the last 5 weeks, trusting the process of change. And this is our midpoint. And it just felt like that we needed this kind of lift. We've been talking about some of the struggle that we've gone through as things are changing, and that we sometimes are feeling a bit overwhelmed by that. And so when Janine and I were talking, we agreed that in this middle point, she would create something with music, because we know that music touches a place that even words can't go to. And so she agreed to do a Sunday of music for us. And I want to tell you a little about Janine. She is our music director at Chautauqua. But she also is so much more than that. She also, for 13 years, was in Melbourne doing all the music for that church. And she said that that church really influenced and lifted her up to see the possibilities of who she is. And by the way, she was born in Jamestown. I'm looking at my notes because I think I might forget some of those. But she lived 31 years in Florida. And now she's back home. And we are so blessed to have her. She has a master's degree in speech and language pathology. And she worked in the Florida school system. And she provided, she specialized in communication for nonverbal students. I can't even imagine what that must be like. And she has continued this passion for music and for matters of spirit and heart by combining this in the worlds of therapeutic music, sound vibration therapy, and group drumming. And she also gives music lessons, and she's used her music to work with students with special needs. So she plays, as you know, you've heard her guitar and piano and hand drums and Native American flute. She's recorded and published 2 CDs. I'm lucky to have one of those. And her greatest desire is for her music to be an instrument of peace and healing. And so in that consciousness, and I got a preview last night, which brought me to tears, I am passing this over to Janine for our Sunday experience of the heart.
Thank you, Barbara. Wow, okay, so I am so grateful for the opportunity to bring a little different offering here this morning through music. And Barbara just kind of gave you a little bit of my history. About 10 to 12 years ago, I pursued an interest in sound vibration as a way to support health and wellness and healing, and to use it for meditation experiences, sound baths. And so as a result of that, my understanding of how vibrational energy works has become the backdrop for how I frame things and how I perceive things. So thus the title for today's music message is Everything is Sound, which I'll say a little bit more about that after we do a song together. We're going to sing a song that some of you are familiar with. It's called Breathe the Same Air by Daniel Nemad. And the reason I chose this is because of its message of the interconnectedness of all of us. And so, hold on. There's a lot of equipment in my little tiny space here. So as I sing and play the guitar, you may need to adjust your volume either up or down depending on what's happening. So just please go ahead and do that. And if there's something I need to know, then give me a shout when the song is done. All right. All right, so we breathe the same air, we drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. So that's essentially the chorus. And I think enough of you know it. We won't need to practice it, just jump in. Well, it's an idea whose time has come. A new generation decides as one of the same small planet we were born. It's never been so obvious before. Here's the chorus. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air, and I think we oughta get along better, you and I. The future of history is crystal clear. The borders between us will disappear. Of the same small planet we were born, there's no foreign country anymore. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air, and I think we oughta get along better, you and I. Some say I'm out of touch with the times. This world is no place for a vision like mine. Well, still I can see it, and still I believe it. There's so many lives on the line. There's so many lives on the line. Here we go. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air, and I think we oughta get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we oughta get along better, you and I. All right, thank you. So now more than ever, we are seeing just how true this is for our planet. I think more and more people are beginning to consider that a larger group consciousness is really necessary for us to make the changes for the greater good. So how does all of this relate for this morning's title of Everything is Sound? Well, okay, the given is that we'll have a little more music, so that's easy to grasp. And then I want to take a moment to refer, let me turn this a little down there, to refer to science, because this is my framework about sound and vibration. Everything is in vibration. It's just that we don't hear all those vibrations. Could you imagine if we did? Our ears can hear between 20 and 20,000 hertz, which is the cycles per second. And that's a really very limited range compared to the frequencies that exist. And those frequencies are pulsing waves of energy. So it's going on around us all the time from everything. And everything is essentially affected by all the pulses that are happening. So there's this domino effect, kind of like the stone that gets thrown in the pool of water and sends the ripples out. Everything and everyone has a natural state of vibration, and that resting place, that place that we call it the resonant frequency. And for us, that resonance is attained when everything is in balance. Our, our well-being depends on all the parts of us operating in their resonant frequency. So if you think of it like this, there's an orchestra and one of the violin players is out of tune. And that whole entire sound of the orchestra can be affected by it. It won't sound the way it should. So it affects the players, it affects the listeners, it affects people's thoughts. So even some of those players might be thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe someone's not in tune. So to pay attention to the fact that our thoughts are vibrational too is really important. Their thoughts are electrical, and so they're electrical signals that pulse outward. So there's the science behind what we kind of already feel and know. So these implications are really, really huge. There's something I read in a book quite a while back. I'm not recalling the name of the book, but the author described a scenario where you have two pianists doing a concert, and one person is very well trained in classical music and just has all the skills and all the technical things about how to really perform an awesome piece, and they perform it. And then you can have another pianist who maybe isn't as well trained or educated musically as that person, and they get up and play, but their vibration, their centeredness, the place that they come from is so connected that that's what reaches the audience. And if you ask people after they witness those two performances which one they were most affected by, they're affected by the one that touched their heart, and probably don't even remember mistakes or notice them. So that's just, all the vibration that comes from us is even stronger than what we see and what we hear. There's another song that Bob Sima, some of you might know who he is. He's a musician that kind of travels in the unity circles too. And he does a song called How You Made Them Feel. And I wish I had a little more time because I would do that one, maybe another time. But the chorus goes like this. They won't remember everything you did. They won't remember everything you said. But their heart, it won't forget. And they'll always remember how you made them feel. So if we think of our natural state of vibration as an alignment with our core self, an alignment with Source, love, the God of our understanding, then how we carry our energy, the state of our own vibration, affects us and everything around us. It's like making a vibrational footprint wherever we walk. I read something the other day that said, Yeshua, Jesus, didn't heal others by going to their pain and rolling around in it with them. I have such a visual for that. He stayed where he was vibrationally and with compassion, inviting them to come to the table with him. He was aligned with the great love within him, and people gravitated to him. I love that term, great love, Barbara, that you've used so many times. You brought in that Richard Rohr that referred to that. So they were gravitating to his higher vibration, to his higher consciousness, and to his alignment and his connection to the great love. We have an opportunity to be like that. In every moment, we have an opportunity. We can choose to roll around in the pain and in the darkness, or we can choose to become vibrationally aligned in whatever way that works for us. It doesn't really matter so much what practices and tools we might use to help support us to move towards that. But I think that for me personally, the harder thing is making the decision to make it be an important investment. And I think once we make the decision, getting there then is a lot easier, the commitment to that. So every day, every minute, it's a choice that we make for us, and ultimately a choice that we make for our world that's in transition. I think we have a greater impact than we might realize. All right, so a little more science. I have to pull this in. There's this really cool experiment that you probably have heard about that was done with pendulum clocks by a scientist, a Dutch scientist back in the 1600s. His name is Christian, and I can't even attempt to say his last name. I'll tell you how it's spelled. It's Huygens. So if anybody knows how to pronounce that when we're done, let me know. I'd like to know. Anyway, in his research, he discovered that if he put two clocks together in the same room and swung their pendulum at different times, eventually they would sync and begin to swing at the same rate. And that's something called entrainment. Entrainment is the tendency for two oscillating bodies to synchronize and vibrate in harmony. And the less powerful vibration tends to sink in with the more powerful vibrational source. So I think we can all relate to that experience, because I'm sure we've all had the experience of going somewhere when we are in a less than desirable mood and knowing that we're going to have to be around a group of people. And you walk into the room and people are laughing and having a good time, and they're much lighter hearted than we feel in that moment. And somehow, if we stay long enough, we end up matching their energy. So it's just it's an illustration. The clocks, the pendulum swing is an illustration of what happens. So it's really good for us to be aware of our pulse and the pulse of what we are giving our attention to, because that will affect us as well. So what we will, as individuals and a collective, what will we do in this transition time? What will we birth at this point in time? So, all right, I'm going to stop talking, and because I need to do the music here. So hopefully this will lift our vibrations just by the fact that it's music. And so the first song I'd like to do is a song that I heard Peter Yarrow sing in concert several years ago, and it just made me melt into myself. I don't know if you heard that, but that's my cat, and she has never been verbal during these Sunday mornings. And she's here, right here by my side right now, asking for something. But once I start singing, she'll relax. All right, so the song title is called Music Speaks Louder Than Words. Ronnie and I used to sing this together, and so I'm imagining, since she's here this morning, that she will do some harmony from where she is. And, all right. Music speaks louder than words. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. Music speaks louder than words. When you sing, people understand. Sometimes the love you feel inside gets lost between your heart and your mind, and the words don't really say what you wanted them to. But then you feel in someone's song what you've been trying to say all along. And somehow with the magic of music, the message comes through. Music speaks louder than words. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. Music speaks louder than words. When you sing, people understand. The longer I live, the more I find that people seldom take the time to really get to know a stranger and make them a friend. But the power of a simple song can make everybody feel they belong. Maybe singing and playing can bring us together again. Music speaks louder than words. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. Music speaks louder than words. When you sing, people understand. The longer I live, the more I find that people seldom take the time to really get to know a stranger and make them a friend. But the power of a simple song can make everybody feel they belong. Maybe singing and playing can bring us together. Singing and playing can bring us together. Singing and playing can bring us together again. Sing this if you can. Music speaks louder than words. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. Music speaks louder than words. When you sing, people understand. Even kitty cats understand. She lay down. The next song I'd like to do is a song called Home, and it is by someone named Kirtana. I love that in her lyrics she is real about the things in our lives that we encounter and our very human feelings that arise, especially in chaos. But she refers to this place of stillness underneath it all that's not of the mind. And this presence has many names: self, God, the great love. She says, I call it home now, and I live from here. And I just think that's such a great line. So it's like moving into that alignment where our vibration is in pure balance and everything emanates from that place. So I will sing Home. Let's see. Let me just quick check. Can you hear that? Okay. I don't hear it so well. Beyond the sorrow and the hardships I've endured, deeper than my inner child is a part of me, untouched and free, innocent, undefiled. Despite the ignorance and callous acts of man, and all the hurt that they can bring, my attention has been drawn by the grace of God upon what has never which our lives appear. Some call it presence or pure awareness. I call it home now, and I live from here. And no, this does not shield my heart from future pain, or take the trauma from my youth, or exempt me from rage at injustice on life's stage. I just pledge allegiance to a deeper truth that underlies the chaos, a peace from which our lives arise, elusive to the mind, but never hard to find, always here to realize. It's a peace that passeth understanding, the very ground on which our lives appear. Some call it self, some call it God. I call it home now, and I live from here. It's such a sweet song. I love her music. And so, Barbara, maybe we can put a link to her music in the email to follow up. Okay. All right, so now, I have something special I want to present. There's a song that's called May I Suggest, and is by a group, recorded by a group named Red Molly, a song written by Susan Werner. And I wrote to these folks and said, hey, can I use your song at our service? And they were like, yeah, go ahead. So it was really nice. So I want to preface this song by sharing my personal insight. I think that this song invites us to pay attention to the ordinary and to do what is ours to do. So the repeated lyrics are, may I suggest this is the best part of your life. And I know that, I was talking to Barbara last night, if we were observing and experiencing real hardship during this time in our world, in our lives, on the surface, those words don't appear to resonate or make sense, and it might be very offensive. But I see the message in this song as an opportunity to step into our best selves. And I had read something by Carolyn Mace that helped me tie this whole thing together. And she said, your highest potential comes from something that you cannot choose. So if you think about that, your highest potential comes from something you cannot choose. We've been handed these enormously heavy circumstances. Could our highest potential be birthed from tumultuous times? Could our movement towards our highest potential be considered the best part of our lives? So, all right, so about the song, it's a song that a group of 4 of us did together when I lived in Florida. We used to sing together all the time, and I thought that 3 years ago, April was the last time I'd get to sing with these people, these amazing friends of mine. And so now we've just recorded something together. We've just had an opportunity to sing together. They all said yes to attempting this software, and it's just such a different world for musicians right now, and having to find ways that we can express ourselves. So we came together, figured out how to do this, and I want to share this recording of May I Suggest with you. Ronnie Ahern is in this, and then the two guys are Mike Bailey and Bo Frazier. And so I'm going to attempt to share my screen. Let's give me a moment here. You may have to adjust your volume one way or the other on this, I'm not sure. And so before I proceed, Barbara, can you give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if it looks, it's all set? Okay, all right. So here we go. And also, as I start it, give me a thumbs up or down so that I don't go through the whole thing and you can't hear it. May I suggest to you, may I suggest this is the best part of your life. May I suggest this time is blessed for you. This time is blessed and shining, almost blinding bright. Just turn your head and you'll begin to see the 1,000 reasons that were just beyond your sight. The reasons why I suggest to you, why I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a world that's been addressed to you, intended only for your eyes. A secret world, a treasure chest for you, of private scenes and brilliant dreams that mesmerize. A tender lover's smile, a tiny baby's hands, the million stars that fill the turning sky at night. Oh, I suggest, yes, I suggest to you, yes, I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a hope that's been expressed in you, the hope of 7 generations, maybe more. This is the faith that they invest in you. It's that you'll do one better than was done before. Inside you know, inside you'll understand. Inside you know what's yours to finally set right. And I suggest to you, and I suggest this is the best part of your life. This is a song, comes from the west to you, comes from the west, comes from the slowly setting sun. This is a song that they request of you, to see how very short the endless days will run. And when they're gone, and when the dark descends, we'd give anything for one more hour of light. May I suggest this is the best part of your life. Well, that did my heart good. So I'm so appreciative, my friends that rose to the occasion this week and helped me pull that together. There are some lyrics, some definite lyrics that stand out in that song to me. Turn your head and you'll begin to see the 1,000 reasons that were just beyond your sight. There's a hope that's been expressed in you, the hope of 7 generations, maybe more. This is the fate they invest in you, is that you'll do one better than was done before. And the other one is, inside you'll know what's yours to finally set right. Okay, so now I'm on my own for the last song. So, the last song is a song that I wrote a couple of years ago. Let's see, I'm clicking around here a little bit here. And this was when I thought we had so much chaos and challenges. This was 2 years ago. Who knew, right? So I connect and find my home out in nature, as I'm sure many of you do too. It helps me to find my vibrational balance. So in meditation one day, I found myself reaching out to earth energy, earth connection. And while I was feeling the crumbling of so many institutions and so many things going on and feeling a little bit helpless. And in that meditation, I heard these words, "Don't die with the music still in you." And they're not new words. I don't know, maybe Wayne Dyer said that. I'm not sure who coined that phrase. But anyway, we carry something very valuable and sacred inside us. Each one of us carries something very valuable within us. And now, more than ever, it's time to find that song if you haven't, and whatever that is for each of us, find it and sing it. And, do it, say it, be it. We need to ask the question, what is the gift that is in me that needs expressing? How does the life within me want to experience itself? Last week, Barbara spoke about the void and becoming empty. And when we do this, a great question is then, what is mine to do? And then we listen. And the way will be shown if we listen. So here's my song called "Don't Die with the Music Still in You." Called out to the mountains to save my soul. I need the strength of the earth to help me feel whole. I told her the world is crumbling and I don't know what to do. She said, "Don't die with the music still inside of you." People are wandering everywhere. They don't watch out for signs, paying no attention to the story they'll leave behind. The world is crumbling and they don't know what to do. Don't die with the music still inside of you. It's all up to each of us how we're gonna choose. What about the children who'll inherit what we've done? Is it too late to turn around, or has the darkness won? The world is crumbling and we don't know what to do. We can't die with the music inside of me and you. Well, we all got the light inside. We've got darkness too. It's all up to each of us how we're gonna choose. Well, we've all got the light inside. We've got darkness too. Don't die with the music inside of me and you. Oh, don't you die with the music that's still inside of you. No, you can't die with the music that's still inside of you. You've got to find the music that's still inside of you and sing it. Don't die with the music that's still inside of you. Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes said, one of the most calming and powerful actions you can do to intervene in a stormy world is to stand up, show your soul. Soul on deck shines like gold in dark times. So maybe we didn't consciously get to choose these, consciously, I say, choose these circumstances that we're in, but we get to choose how we respond. Do we live a life that really doesn't belong to us? Or do we step into the vibrational being that is our truest self, an expression of our soul? How will we play or sing our life song while we still have that opportunity? So I thank you all for hearing my words and my music today, and I thank you for being here and blessing me with your presence. We're not done yet, but with the music pretty much, and so I would like to do a little bit of a meditation here. I'm just checking how we are on time. I can't see. I don't know. We're good. Okay. So it'll be a little bit of different meditation than we usually do. I'm going to play the flute to get us into meditation, and a couple of other sound tools that I have. So you'll hear a few more sounds, and then a little bit of silence, and we'll come back out with the flute. So you can take a nice deep breath and relax into this.
So thank you, Janine. I'm a little blown away right now. I don't know about you, but I feel like my heart has been so wide open that it's kind of hard to get words, because I just feel that invitation that's inviting us, and that hopeful knowing that there are all these beautiful songs being right now sung in our world. And I'm grateful, Janine, for you reminding us of that. So I'd like to finish with our offering. And this is a time when we get an invitation that we are giving an offering to the world while we're not in person. We want to put an intent with our offering of what it is that our song is asking us to give out to the world. And just so you know that if you'd like to give an offering as well, on our emails and the notes at the bottom, you can send them to our president and treasurer, Kelly, in care of her, to Unity of Chautauqua. So let me we'll say our affirmation together. And so would you hold this with me? And you might wish to put your hands out in such a way that you understand that you are inviting both the abundance of God's wisdom and love and blessings, and you're also then giving back from who you are into the world. So together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. Just take that in. And I am grateful, as we affirm that in song.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So now, as we say our prayer of protection, just a reminder that that prayer is Sitting on the Moon by Buzz Aldrin. Took that up in the late 60s, to the moon. And every time I see the moon, I think that this prayer is just covering the earth. So I brought out my earth today. I thought about this. I used to pass this around the congregation to hold whenever we did a prayer. So I'm just going to invite each of you right now, wherever you are, just imagine your arms are joining me with this beautiful earth. And it's all squeezable too. I loved working with children too with it. So you could just squeeze the earth as we say that. So in your squeezing the earth consciousness, know that this prayer is radiating down upon the earth every moment. So together, the light of God surrounds
us. The love of God enfolds us.
The
The power of God protects us.
The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. And so we thank you, God. We thank you, Earth. We thank each other for being part of this consciousness today. So bless all of you. And I can't wait to see you again next week. And just know that there are all these other people joining us after the fact that will join us this week on Facebook. And so you'll see it when it's posted, and I hope you'll share it with someone. I know I have a list already of who I want to share Janine's sharing with us. I just can't wait.